Hello and welcome back. I just realized I didn't say adios like I established myself to do. Because California, you're going to say Spanish things because it's California. That's whatever. But that's actually an interesting story that I'll acknowledge now on the level. I went to a private school, a private Christian school. I've said that before. But that private Christian school is giving me many problems. A problem that didn't give me is the thing about language. Let me explain. When you reached high school in the school that I went to, you were not allowed to take an elective until you took 2 years of a language, unless, let me rephrase that, unless you took choir. You're like, what? Let me explain. I'll explain that later. So the language, I didn't want to join choir, because who wants to join the choir kids? Not anything against choir kids, but the choir kids were like the social elite where I went to school, and I was like, I'm not like you people. Not going to lock down on them like they look down on me, but, I just didn't join choir, so they gave you 2 languages, Spanish or German. And that's what the school afforded us, you know? It's like a private Christian school. Here's the thing. If you send your kids to a private school, especially a private religious school, under the pretext that they'll get a better experience than public school, I get the whole public schools are fucked up stuff. I get that. But private schools are going to be significantly less funded than public schools, because the people who run it are trying to churn out a major profit. So they're going to cheap out on a lot of things, like education. So maybe, I made the same mistake I made last time. Whatever, alcohol. I'm still under the influence of alcohol, of course. So I took German. And people were like, why are you taking German? You live in California. You should learn Spanish. You're going to get more use to that. I was like, I don't give a shit. German is cooler because I'm a hipster, or something along those lines. I just didn't want to take Spanish because everyone's taking Spanish. And you know, the teacher of German, she was really cool, and she also taught English if you were a junior. So there's that. So when I got into like my junior year there, she introduced herself as, Mrs. Blank. Not her last name, but I'm not going to reveal her last name for obvious reasons. But the biggest thing that was tradition is, since she would teach German, she would call herself Frau, and she would tell us to call her Frau, and because German. And so I was the only person in that honors English class that knew her by Frau, so she acknowledged me. He's like, hey, yeah, this student here knows me as Frau, and you should acknowledge me as that too. And I fell in the lava this time. I'm learning. And that's great. And I should actually tell a story of how I ended up in honors English, because it's interesting. I was a kid who never did homework for varying reasons, but I was a troubled youth, I would say. And the biggest thing is I never did homework. That was a big thing. And teachers hated that I never did homework, because obviously what I learned now as an adult is that my performance reflected on them, which really bums me out, because like I had the flippant of who gives a shit. Because my whole thing was, like, why should I do homework? I know the material already. And the 5th grade teacher, and this is like a weird trauma thing, too, is like, when I was in elementary school, the 5th grade teacher, Mr. Blank, I'll call him, he had a habit of throwing away my homework when I turned it in. So I developed this habit of, what's the point of doing homework anyway if they're going to throw it away? Which is a really fucked up thing to do to your students. But he had a few students he had like a thing against. And he had this like breakfast club of a few students that he never let go to recess in 5th grade because, they never did their homework, when in reality they did, and he'd throw it away. Is really fucked up. But when you go to a private school, a layer of fucked upness is just going to happen. There's more fucked up shit that happened in that school. There's like a lot of weird stuff. But ultimately, that's just what bummed me out. So I never had this. I was out of the habit of doing homework. So yeah. But how I got into honors English is, wasn't I here already? I could have sworn I went the other way and I went that way. So I gotta figure this out. Let me think for a second while I ramble. But what happened is I was thrown into the honors English class, even though I wasn't in honors English. They had 2 separate curriculums. Why? Just because funding. You know how it goes. But our first assignment was to write a personal essay on something anything we wanted. So I wrote an essay on how me and my friend lit a garden gnome on fire. That's what I wrote the essay on. And she liked that essay so much. She thought it was genuinely hilarious. Frau, in her infinite wisdom, was like, this is genuinely so well written and so funny that I am going to use it as not only as an example of what a good essay is, but if you want, I will bring you up to Honors English with the rest of the class, or the rest of the curriculum here. And I was like, you know what? Sure. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I hate levels like this. Whoever designed levels like this should be sat down and given a lecture on, like, you know, maybe you shouldn't make things miserable for your players. Anyway, I was in Honors English, and that was really cool, and I earned my way there. And then I got kicked out of the school a little bit later in the year. Oops, I had weed. Oh no, what am I gonna do? But weed back then was like significantly more of a big deal because I was 17 and I'm 27. As a decade ago, weed wasn't legal in California. So, yeah, I get it. But it's like, it was really weird because I wasn't the only one that was caught for weed at that school. And the thing is, everyone who was like caught for weed just disappeared from the school. The school would not even acknowledge their existence like they ever went there. It was really creepy and weird, and I didn't like it. But the thing is, I left such an impact wherever I went. And I just, you know, whatever, man. Whatever, man. Let's go down this pipe. Where does this take me? Where does this take me? Nowhere. Okay. Fuck you, Hammer Bro. But yeah, the thing is, I left an impact. Because that's a big thing that you might not get entirely about me by watching these videos, but I have a ginormous personality. Absolutely ginormous. Ginormous personality. So wherever I go, people end up either loving or hating me. There is no middle ground to people's interactions with me. Why is this Koopa here? Let's sit here for a second. There's this paratrooper here who's just getting your way, but you can just run by him, and then you start the level. Why is he there? Why are you here? What is your purpose? Why do you exist? You know? But, yeah. So there's a lot of interesting things. Like, when you go to a private Christian school, things are going to be whack. And I think that's, like, a big thing. And you're going to go in there, and you're going to come out significantly more fucked up than you were when you got there. And that's just, you know, life. I see. This is a puzzle. This is a thinker. And I am not in a state where I can sit there and go, you know what? I can think about this. Every pipe will take me somewhere. Oh, I've never been here before. Okay. Okay then. Ooh, lad. At least the music here is pretty good, but that's, I think, consistent. Oh yeah, you know what I said earlier that level 5-2 is the theme is my jam, which I totally get. That theme is a real bop. But I learned it's not original to this game. I know, doesn't that bum you out? It was stolen. Whatever. The song is really good, though, so I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to be angry that this game introduced me to a really good mint jam. If you're wondering why I said mint jam, you should look up mint jams on YouTube and see an album from, I think, the early 80s from a Japanese jazz band or whatever. It's a good album. I highly recommend it. If you order it on eBay, like the green text story says that introduced me to it, you'll probably get some tea. I'm not going to guarantee that, though, but what am I getting at? Mint Jams is good. Listen to Mint Jams. It's phenomenal. I listened to it and I loved it. But yeah, when you go to a private Christian school and you don't fit in with the whole Christian crowd, and not even like the traditional Christian crowd, because when it comes to like religion and all this other stuff, I don't like talking about unpleasantries, so humor me for a second when I say this is not an unpleasantry. I have nothing negative to say about the concept of a religion as a whole. It's typically people have an issue with is how people go about it. A huge thing about, like, I have nothing against Christianity, which is kind of strange if you understand who I am and everything, but, damn it, I was trying to get up that pipe. Whoever, I have nothing against Christianity, because I understand what Christianity is, and I get that, and I feel like there's a lot of this thing, that's weird. This weird thing, I don't, that's weird, but whatever. But I feel like even Christians have a misconception about Christianity, and that's really ultimately sad, amongst other things. And that's like a thing. So, ultimately, the whole idea of religion is to bring out the best in all of us, you know? when people use it as an excuse to bring out the worst in themselves, they're going to use that with every religion, regardless of what religion it is. Even if it is like Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever. So ultimately, we can't sit there and shit on the religion, especially Christianity, that the whole foundation of the religion is about, like, Jesus' teaching is to treat other people well and everything. So I can't shit on a faith that in its core ideals is to treat other people well. You know, so that is my whole fundamental dilemma, you could say. And that's life. I can't sit there and say, but there's also the whole no true Scotsman fallacy that every atheist likes to spout out. That, oh, you can't say that this person is not a true whatever faith. How do I get up there? My butts, how do I get up there? That's how I get up there. You know, I was thinking there's gotta be a way up there, and it's like, because that's the correct path. This game is butternuts insane. Let me take a moment and stop my rambling for a second and say that this game is absolutely butternuts insane. Whoa, you think I'm gonna fall for that? Joke's on you. Come on, come on. Make my day. Make my day, bullet bills. It was worth a shot. I have a feeling I have to jump over the bullet bills. Fucking shit. Fuck. Balls. Ass. Shit. Fuck! You know, this game has reached a point where it's driving me insane. Because whoever made this is like I said, not Super Mario Maker levels of malicious, but we're getting there. And that bums me out, because ultimately I'm here to have fun, but if me getting angry or rambling makes you happy, you know, who am I to judge? You know, I think you're a sick fuck! Just kidding, of course. But, if you want to, like, sit there and, you know, watch me suffer, I think there's a fun in that. You know, there's a lot of people who watch these Let's Play content to watch, damn it, to watch the person playing suffer, and I get that there's an appeal to that, the suffering. Come on, I hit up! My friend, come on, cooperate with me! Cooperate with me! Cooperation! There's no cooperation there. That was, selfish, very selfish. The game did not cooperate with me. There's a level of rambling, but whatever. Like, my whole thing is to entertain myself, but others. And that's like a nice fine line. To go, I was talking about last episode, there's a fine line you have to draw of, this is fun for me, but is it fun for everybody else? And that's the thing, like, people, like I said, people shit on DSP. I mentioned that before on this channel about DSP and everything, because I mentioned DSP before. And people's thing with DSP is, like, he's not funny, and he's offensive, and, like, whatever. And, you know, whatever. Especially his old content, pretty offensive. I get it. But if you look way back, far back in his catalog, when he played Fallout 3 for the first time, he set his camera tilted at an angle, so you got a really poor view of his TV of Fallout 3. And he was getting drunk, not unlike me, and just playing Fallout 3 and having a fun time. And there is this level of, like, hey, that's really real. And that's very visceral and real. Not visceral and like, whoa, real, blah, blah, blah. It's real as in, like, he comes off as a real person playing Fallout 3. And I can't sit there and knock him for that, you know? That's the thing. And that's the thing. A lot of people like to shit on DSP. There's a lot of people who, like, stream or play video games online. A lot of people like shit on. If they're, like, non-malicious, who gives a shit? Let's be honest. Like, another person, like, I found this one YouTube channel that I will name because I highly recommend watching, is The Cake is a Truth. Why do I recommend watching them? Is because they have stream archives of Aquana. If you don't know who Aquana is, he used to go by Chibi Necodemics. And he is kind of known for being a little bit cringy. He's the guy who went on Games Done Quick, where Caveman was playing, who was playing Tomba 2. And he was the guy who invited himself on the couch and made a cringe of himself. And, you know, there's the whole, like, make an idiot of yourself on the internet. People are going to mock you. Whatever. He has a Kiwi Farms thread of him, which is kind of sad and kind of obsessive. But ultimately, it's just like, yeah. But I found this channel and cards of his, like, streams. And it's just like, yeah, you know, I can't sit there and hate this guy, you know? There's, like, a lot of people like that. Because there's video of him treating his mother pretty poorly. I get that. and he makes other people's lives, like, not the best in his life. But I can't sit there and go, you know, bad people, because who am I to judge other people? Because I'm not the best person. Now, have I done anything, like, outright malicious and illegal? I'm not going to say. But, yeah, there's just this thing where people like to play on the internet the holier-than-thou game. It's a game that people play, holier-than-thou. Like, this person is bad. I am good. I will make fun of this person because they are bad. Yeah, I hate that. It's just like, I don't know. And I'm the person who also said people on the internet, you know, aren't human. But you know what? I think you know what I mean by I said that, is you can't take what other people say on Twitter as, like, what represents other people. And a good example is Disney. I'll bring up Disney for a second, because I have been very outspoken against Disney. Disney is notorious. I posted on screen, I don't know, but somebody made a weird expose on Twitter about it, where somebody is like, stop making Star Wars political. And Disney was just like, haha, we will dunk on you. It's like, yeah, but then you find that Twitter account that said that thing that was really easy for corporation to dunk on was made in current year and has no other tweets than besides tweet for big corporation to dunk on publicly. So it's just like, I can't outright say Disney made that account as a sock puppet for them to dunk on, but it's a little sus. And that's what I don't like about Disney. Disney is a company that is so large that they are willing to do all this stuff to shift public opinion specifically to sell more movie tickets or whatever. And that's a huge thing I do not like about Disney. They are willing to go, even if they have or have not, they have enough money where they can do that. And that you have to make the judgment for yourself. Have they done that? Do we have definitive evidence of people at Disney saying that they've done that? Not exactly. But you have to sit there and for a second go, you know what? They have the money, the influence, the power to do that. So we have to say for ourselves that have they done that? I'm not sure. Now, do I have a whole boycott in Disney? No. Like I said, I've watched Amphibia. I also really like Star vs. the Forces of Evil. This pipe is really fucking hard to get into. I need to make that clear for everyone in the peanut gallery for one fucking second that pipe is fucking possible. Whatever. I'm going to keep going like that's not a problem. But yeah, Disney has the power to do stuff like that, and ultimately we have to say for a second that if they have the power to do that, would they do that? I say, yeah, they would. And that's my judgment to make. I'm not going to make the judgment for you. I'm not going to say, go hate Disney because they are evil corporation. I'm going to say, I find Disney evil. I do not like their business practices. I do not want to support them unless they make something that I enjoy. And ultimately, that's like the ultimate thing we can say to a corporation is, you know what? I don't like what you're doing, but when you do something I do like, I want to support that. So I want you to say, this is the thing that you weren't slimy. I want you to do that. Ultimately, that's why I want to say. So when I say, hey, Amphibia is a good cartoon, I'll watch it. Star vs. the Force of Evil. Now, I'll be honest, I've only watched the first season. I heard the final season shits the bed at the end. So I'll sit there. But it's like, I'll give the good cartoon example is Adventure Time. I watched Adventure Time on TV because I liked it back in the day. And then I started watching it again recently through means I will not disclose. But I liked it so much that I bought the DVD collection of the whole show of Adventure Time, along with Distant Lands, the HBO Max exclusive series that was also released on DVD. So I sat there for a moment and I said, you know what? I like this so much, I will dedicate money to, I'll dedicate money to it. And that is like really powerful. People don't understand how much power their money has. People will like spend money flippantly on stuff that is like morally... Wasn't there something here a second? Oh, well, the spiny guy is gone, so this makes it easier for me. You know, I deleted the spiny guy from reality, so let's make this... Why is this so hard? I don't fucking get it. I'm pressing up. Is there like a block I can hit to make this easier? No, of course not. So let's get a running start and go. No, I must have hit it at an angle. Whatever, my dudes. It is Wednesday, my dudes. It's not. This should be Saturday for you, but whatever. It's funny, I've never heard of the "It is Wednesday, my dudes" meme until it was put into Postal Brain Damaged. Because that was a meme that completely escaped me. And then it was in Postal Brain Damaged, and I'm just like, yep, that is something that the devs of Postal would do, even though it's not running with scissors. It is another development team, like Poland or whatever. Why is this so fucking hard? I don't fucking get it. Who designed this? Wow, I probably clipped the mic there. Audio quality. I'm pressing up. That's the thing. You can probably hear me. Watch. I'll listen. I pressed up. Can't you hear that? I pressed up. I'm getting a running start. I'm pressing up. What is the major malfunction here, El Capitano? This is the pipe I have to go into. There is no way to progress unless I go into it. So why on God's green fucking earth is it so fucking hard? Am I defective? Am I completely batshit stupid? Am I the R word? I don't know. You know what? Make my fucking day, Piranha Plant. Make my fucking day. Kill me. Ruin my life. I am actually running out of time. What the actual flippity fucking pop? Whatever. I'm fine. I'll end the episode here. Sorry I wasted so much of your time. I apologize. But you know what? Hopefully I was entertaining. I'm gonna try to beat this level off screen. Does that sound good? I think it does. You know, I've been drinking a lot. I have to pee. I'll be right back. Adios.